You're a heart attack waiting to happen. But when your doctor tells you to stay away from fried foods, you hear them, but you don't always obey them. Maybe it's because you don't see fat as the enemy. And even if you do, the reality is fried foods taste good. And, well, they're often a cultural tradition. So you're doing it. Maybe not as often as you would like, but even if you've cut back on fried foods, you might not be getting the big benefit you're expecting. You see, the benefit depends on what kind of oil is being used. This is what a group of researchers from the National University in Malaysia discovered. Join us for this episode of Better Body Chemistry TV as we take a look at how to do fried foods safely. Better Body Chemistry TV is brought to you by Dr. Sandy, a scientist turned gremlin buster, helping you battle sugar gremlins, heffalumps, and other health horribles through better body chemistry. Remember, small things can make a big difference to your health. So, our team bravely enrolled 110 male rats into their oil for dinner study. I say bravely because that is a lot of rats with big egos. And unlike most feeding studies, this study didn't last for a week or two. It went on for 6 months. That's a lifetime for a rat. And it means that the result is a whole lot more relevant to you. Yes, it's still a study on rats, not people. But it's long enough to show an effect. It gives us clues as to what happens when you do things regularly. Remember, small things can make a big difference to your health. So, what did our team do? Well, they divided their 110 rats into 11 groups and then added a little extra oil to their dinner. Quite literally. They took the commercial rat chow, ground it up, and added some vegetable oil. Now, they chose 2 different types of oil, both of which are widely used in Malaysia. The first was palm oil, which is considered a saturated fat. The second, soybean oil, which is a polyunsaturated fat. But they didn't just add oil directly from the bottle. First, they fried up some sweet potato chips. The cooking process was very scientific. The sweet potato fry lasted exactly 10 minutes and the oil temperature peaked at 180 degrees Celsius. They ate the chips. The rats got the oil mixed in their standard rat chow. When it was fried once, when it was reused once, when it was reused 5 times, and when it was reused 10 times. The team cooked for the rats every week for 24 weeks. The rats could eat whenever they pleased and as much or as little as they liked. The housing was pleasant. The temperature was a cozy 27 degrees Celsius and the days were 12 hours long. Life was good, except for once a week blood pressure measurement. This involved a blood pressure monitoring cuff on the tail and temporary confinement in a body-sized plastic container. And then it all came to an end at 24 weeks. So what happened? Well, the fresh oil caused 0 problems with blood pressure. 0. Actually, the animals with the oil in the mix had marginally better blood pressure than those stuck eating the plain old rat chow. There was no difference between palm oil and soybean oil either. But in the case of the used oil, it was a different story. Used oil caused blood pressure to increase significantly. The more times the oil had been recycled, the bigger the blood pressure rise. In the case of palm oil, the oil that had been recycled 10 times was bumping up blood pressure by 25.4%. It was worse for soybean oil. The oil that had been used 10 times bumped up blood pressure levels by 34.4%. Ouch! That's a heart attack waiting to happen. And in a follow-up study, they took a look at the state of the blood vessels. The prolonged consumption of reheated palm oil significantly increased the thickness of the aortic wall, reaffirming that consuming reused oil was not a health move. Now, buying previously owned clothes or cameras and sofas can be a good deal, provided the item is still in good nick. In the case of cooking oils, it is never a good deal. The reason being that the frying process is chemically taxing. There's thermal oxidation, hydrolysis, polymerization, which leaves the fatty acid chains mangled. The more unsaturated the fatty acids in the oil are to begin with, the more opportunity for problematic changes to occur. And damaged fats are a health risk. Unfortunately, it's an all too common practice to fry foods in used oil. It's something that happens at corner cafes, big brand restaurants, slow and fast, and some suburban kitchens. I know. Fried food tastes good. And oil is expensive. But this is one of those times you're being penny wise but pound foolish. Fat per se is not bad, but oxidized fats are. If you're going to fry foods, opt to use a more saturated fat like coconut, palm oil, or even butter. And don't be a Scrooge. Use fresh oil. Be particularly mindful of eating out. Even if the oil is changed once a day in a restaurant, odds are it's been reheated a couple of times, putting you at risk. Using fresh oil will help you create better body chemistry and better health. Interested in discovering more ways to create better body chemistry or need a little help getting your body chemistry on track? Visit our website at www.betterbodychemistry.com. Browse our library or enroll in one of our courses or programs. The advice is simple to follow and based on real science, not hype. Know someone who loves fried food? Share this video with them so they know how to enjoy fried foods safely. And if this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe to our channel so you catch future episodes of Better Body Chemistry TV. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Remember, small things can make a big difference to your health.